What's poppin', fish keepers, shrimp keepers, and 10-gallon fish tank fanatics? Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to safely, once again safely, feed frozen bloodworms to your fish. So I have pea puffers, I have sunfish, I have scarlet bettas, and I like to feed frozen foods at times to these guys because especially with the pea puffers, they're not going to always eat flake foods or things like that. It's very difficult. So you're going to have to feed some frozen or some live foods, and frozen bloodworms is one of the easiest things I personally am able to feed them. So step one is get yourself a little cup. I like to do these little 2-ounce cups that I also sell my floating plants in. And we're going to get some tank water from the fish tank. So let's grab that real quick. Okay, fill that up. Most important thing when you're doing frozen bloodworms is to make sure the cubes are fully unfrozen before you feed these things. Because if you feed it frozen, that could wreak havoc on your fish, and you absolutely do not want that to happen. So next we're gonna grab our frozen bloodworms from my freezer. And we got 3 cubes left in here. So we're gonna pop one of these cubes out. And for me, the big thing too you want to be very careful of is don't overfeed this, as it could cause your fish to bloat and die. Just a small amount goes a long way. And so biggest mistake I see is people have hardly any fish and they feed a full cube to their fish and they bloat, die, and then they make videos saying, you know, don't feed frozen bloodworms, that kills fish. We're gonna plop that in there here. So plop it in here, it's gonna de-thaw, and this 1 cube actually is gonna feed all my tanks here. So I give a little bit of frozen bloodworms in every single one of my tanks, and this little cube goes a long way. So I will come back when this has unfrozen. All right, so we've given it about 10 minutes at this point. It's fully de-thawed, not frozen at all, not cold. It's good. So I like to spread it out a little bit, and then I use a pair of tweezers, and I'm gonna just grab a little bit of it, like this much, pair of tweezers with this much in it, and we're gonna throw that in the tank form. And we're gonna do the pea puffers. I do a second one, about this much again. We've got 5 pea puffers in here, and throw it in there for them. And they are gonna start going crazy. All right, so the pea puffers got their share of some bloodworms. Now we're gonna give the sunfish, pygmy sunfish, some here as well. Throw these in. Once again, I do about 2 little pinches of it and let it fall down in there for them. Then we're going to go ahead and give these Austral gold killifish some. There's theirs. We're going to grab some for these Kubatai rasboras. They absolutely love them. Attack it like piranhas. Okay. Give these CPDs and scarlet bettas some here. Once again, we got scarlet bettas down here. Throw some in there for them. All right. Just got those bloodworms going in for the scarlet bettas. We are going to go ahead and give these white clouds some. They absolutely love them. Some longfin white clouds. Throw those in there for them. Some for the tuxedo koi guppies. I also have a lot of cories, and cories love frozen bloodworms. And as you guys notice, I'm not going crazy with it. It's just a small amount for each tank. This is just something I do pretty much on a daily basis. It's just 1 little bit of cube here for them. All right, let me get you guys on a close-up you can see. All right, and that's how you feed frozen bloodworms safely to your fish. Just a couple quick reminders. Number 1, get a little 2-ounce cup, get some sort of cup, and plop your frozen cube into that cup and let it thaw for about 10 minutes. Don't just take that cube and throw it right into your 10-gallon tank or your tank. As if a fish eats a frozen piece of food, definitely not going to be good for it. Could cause it to die, bloat. You never know what it could cause. So let the cube de-thaw for about 10-15 minutes in a little cup and then go to feed it. Number 2, don't feed a full cube to one tank. Spread it out very, very much. As you guys saw, I took a whole cube and I spread it out between 21 tanks, 10-gallon tanks. So each of my tanks got a little bit of frozen bloodworms, but not an absolute crazy amount that could cause them to bloat and die. Using this method, I haven't lost any fish to bloat, and I've been able to feed them this successfully. Frozen bloodworms can be a great source of food for your fish. Just don't overdo it. 1 to 2 times a week is the most optimal if you're going to feed it, and once again, keep it in very small amounts. If you don't have a ton of tanks like I do, take a little knife, cut the cube into fourths, and then feed a fourth into the tank, or even eighths, feed an eighth of a tank. Just don't overdo it, because that's where you kind of run into risk. Either feeding it where it's still frozen, overfeeding it, or doing it too often throughout the week. Once again, keep it about 1 to 2 times a week at most, and give your fish a good variety of foods all throughout the week. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and comment down below your experience with frozen bloodworms. Have you ever had any issues, or have you been able to do it perfectly fine? I know there's been some big fish YouTubers out there saying, don't ever feed frozen bloodworms, and I couldn't disagree with that more. I think there's a time and place for everything, and if done appropriate and responsibly, frozen bloodworms can be a great source of food for your fish. Thank you guys. Leave a comment down below, like the video, and as always, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace.